So I'm in an Essex victory by 131 runs. The stats will show S. Harmer 8 for 98, match figures of 11 for 170, and it was all about you in that last innings, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you could say that. But I think it started with the way we batted on day one and the way that Alistair batted. Scoring 120 on that wicket on day one, I think, was massive for us. It set up the game, and it gives the opportunity to guys like me to come in on day four because they're chasing 330 odd as opposed to 180. So as a spinner, if you've got runs on the board, runs to play with, you can be a lot more attacking. So yes, in reflection you could say that looking at the last innings it was all about me, but I think it started on day one. You kind of know from the start of the game that come day four there's going to be some pressure on you to perform. So it's just about, it's so cliched, but just taking care of the processes. How do you get the ball in the right area? What do I need to do in terms of preparation, morning of the game, morning of the day's play? What do I need to do to make sure that come 3 o'clock on Thursday afternoon I can put the ball in the right area? So I think that's the biggest thing. I think as you go along you kind of know where you want to be. We wanted them 4 down by lunch. A couple of chances went down. We could have had them 4 down. And then going into the last sort of couple of hours of the game, we knew that if we sort of opened up one end, we'd be able to slowly but surely turn the screws on them, and that's how it played out. It doesn't always play out like that, but you do sort of set little targets as to where you want to be. When you walk out on the field, we want 3 wickets for 80 runs or whatever the case may be. You always know that, especially here, wickets tend to fall in clusters. So batters can look like it's hitting the middle of the bat and you get a wicket, and all of a sudden things change very quickly. So you kind of need to remember that, as tough as it may feel. If there is a partnership, they're allowed to bat well, they're allowed to have a partnership. But to know that sooner or later, if you get 1 wicket, you could very easily get 2 or 3. So if a team's 80 for 1, they could easily be 100 for 4. So that's kind of how you need to look at it. Depends what's happening on the other side. If I'm bowling with Ports or Sids and they are attacking, or there's something in it for them, and I just need to hold from my end, then sometimes I do need to be a little bit boring and just put the ball in one area, and if the batsman makes a mistake doing that, then so be it. And then there'll be other times where maybe there's not much happening for the seamers and I need to look to attack, so then I need to get more inventive, try different things. And if I leak the odd boundary, it's okay, because the boys are bowling for me on the other side, and you know, sometimes I'm bowling for them. So it's just a game of partnerships, whether you're batting or bowling, and I think that's the biggest thing, is being able to read when to attack and when to sort of just hold an end. As a spinner, if you're getting hit for 6 ones in an over, that's probably where alarm bells start ringing. But if they sort of taking 1 risk and over, you're quite happy, because it means that you have the opportunity to take a wicket. I really want to win trophies with Essex. I really enjoy the change room and the club and everything about it. So obviously I need to find challenges, goals, things to motivate me, to make sort of me want to perform week in and week out. Obviously there's a lot of sacrifices that take place to make sure that you can bowl 60, 65 overs a game. So it's constant maintenance, sort of keep working on your game, and I mean there's always areas you can improve. I can always score more runs or take more wickets. I think there's always the little 1%ers that can make a difference, and that's kind of what I'm always looking for.